Hi, I'm Emily. I always thought my life was uncomplicated. I was the single child, the center of my universe. I believed I was special, one of a kind. But life has a way of crushing delusions. It all started when I was 16. I was shopping for my school dance one afternoon with my best friend, Chloe. We were giggling, trying on dresses, when the shop assistant gave me a strange stare. Back again. "You just purchased the red one an hour ago," she said. I frowned. "Excuse me? I've never been here before." The assistant shook her head. "Don't mess with me." "You were just here," Chloe laughed nervously. But I felt chills run up my spine. What was happening? A few days later, I was walking to school when a man stopped me. "Hey, didn't you ignore me yesterday in the cafe?" he asked. I stared at him. "I've never laid eyes on you before in my life." He looked perplexed, but I was petrified. And then I saw her across the road. My heart stopped. It was me. Another girl with my same face, my hair, my smile. She stared straight at me. For an instant, it felt like staring into a living mirror. Then she snickered and disappeared into the crowd. I ran home, shaking, and demanded answers from my parents. That's when the truth came out. I wasn't an only child. I had a twin sister. Her name was Sophie. My parents couldn't afford 2 babies at birth, so they gave her up for adoption. I felt my whole world collapsing. "How could you keep this from me?" I screamed. Mom's eyes filled with tears. "We thought it was the best decision. We didn't want you to feel abandoned." But I felt betrayed. All those years thinking I was alone, special, while my twin lived another life. The next day at school, I saw Sophie again. She was leaning against the lockers, chatting with Chloe, my Chloe. When our eyes met, she smirked. "Hi, sister," she whispered, her voice dripping with venom. I was stunned, but before I could speak, she walked away with Chloe at her side, as if she already belonged in my world. At first, I tried to ignore her, but then strange things started happening. Teachers accused me of skipping classes I never missed. My crush Daniel avoided me because I had rudely rejected him in the cafeteria. Even Chloe stopped texting me back. Everywhere I turned, Sophie had taken my place. She wore the same clothes, used my same perfume, even copied my handwriting. It was like she was stealing my identity, piece by piece. One night, I confronted her. We stood face to face under the streetlight. "Why are you doing this?" I asked, my voice trembling. Her smile widened. "Because, Emily, I deserved the life you got. The family, the friends, the love. And now, I'm taking it back." She leaned closer. "You don't exist anymore." "I do." Her words felt like knives. And that night, I realized I wasn't just fighting for my friends or reputation. I was fighting for my very identity. The school dance was supposed to be my moment. I wore a shimmering silver gown, ready to shine. But when I walked in, my heart dropped. Sophie was already there, in the same dress, with my friends laughing around her, and Daniel holding her hand. I ran up, desperate. "That's not me." "She's lying." But everyone just stared. Some laughed, others whispered. And then Daniel looked at me with disgust. "Emily, stop embarrassing yourself." That night, I cried harder than ever before. Sophie had stolen everything. The next morning, it got worse. Screenshots appeared online. Messages from me insulting Chloe, calling Daniel pathetic. But I never sent those texts. It was Sophie. When I tried to explain, Chloe looked into my eyes and whispered, "I don't know who you are anymore." I felt invisible, like I didn't exist. One night, I overheard Sophie in my room. She was laughing into the phone with Daniel, using my voice, pretending to be me. I stormed in. "Stop stealing my life," I shouted. She just smiled. "You can't stop me. Everyone likes me better than you for the first time." I felt real hate. I knew I needed proof, so I set a trap. I recorded Sophie when she pretended to be me on the phone. I caught her saying, "I'm Emily." And soon, no one will even remember the real one. The next day, I played the recording for Chloe and Daniel. At first, they didn't believe it, but then Sophie slipped. She laughed and said, "Fine. I'm better at being Emily than Emily herself." The room went silent. And finally, they understood. My parents demanded a DNA test. The results were clear. Sophie was my twin. But instead of apologizing, she glared at me. "You don't deserve this life. It should have been mine. I was abandoned. While you got everything, I won't stop until it's all mine." For the first time, I saw her pain. This wasn't just jealousy. It was hatred, born from feeling unwanted. My parents tried to help Sophie, but she refused. One night, she vanished. Weeks passed, then months. Life slowly returned to normal. Daniel forgave me. Chloe and I were friends again. My parents swore never to hide the truth from me again. But sometimes, when I walk home at night, I swear I see her, watching me, smiling that cruel smile, because Sophie isn't just my twin. She's my shadow. And one day, she'll come back for me.